In this video, I want to write an extremely simple for loop and then convert it into a while loop. So here's my for loop. It's going to be extremely simple. What I'm saying is set I to the range between 5 and going up to 12 in steps of 2, and print I every time. So what does this mean? It means set I to 5, set I to 5 and then to 7 and then to 9 and then to 11, not to 13 because that would be overshooting 12. And then print I every time. So repeat this statement, but the I is going to be 5 and then 7 and then 9 and then 11. So that means that the output is going to be 5 and then 7 and then 9 and then 11. That's all this loop does. So now I want to do the same thing but with a while loop. How can I do that? So I want I to initially be 5. So I'll just say I is equal to 5. And now I want to repeatedly print I. So I'll say while, and over here I'll say print I. So I'm leaving out the condition that's going to go here eventually. Now I need to do one more thing, because here I is 5 and then 7 and then 9 and then 11. The for loop sets the I automatically. The while loop doesn't do anything to I by default. So I need to actually say increase I by 2. So here what I'm saying is repeatedly print I and then increase it by 2, and then print I and increase it by 2, and so on. And initially I is going to be 5. Now when do I want to stop? Well, I want to stop once I becomes 12 or larger. So I want to keep doing this, keep printing I and then incrementing it by 2 while I is smaller than 12. And this will be exactly the same as this for loop. Let's repeat that. So first we say I equals 5, and then we're going to say keep doing this. So keep printing I and increasing it by 2. So the first time around, I equals 5, we print I, so that's going to be 5. And then we're going to increase it by 2, so it's going to become 7. Check. Is 7 smaller than 12? Well, yes it is. That means repeat this thing again. So now I is 7, so we print 7. And we increment I by 2 again. So now I is 9. Still smaller than 12, so repeat this again. So now it's going to be 9. Now it became 11. Again, print I plus equals 2, so now it's 11. And now, when it was 11, it got incremented by 2, so it became 13. 13 is not smaller than 12. That means that we'll stop and we'll just go here. So that's the while loop. One more small detail here. You didn't have to write it like that. There is an alternative. So instead of saying while I is smaller than 12, you could say, well, I want to repeat the thing while I is not 12 or larger. In fact, this is how I phrased it. So how can we write it? I can say while not I is greater or equal than 12, keep repeating the thing. So I'll just copy this over here. This is exactly the same. To say not I is greater or equal than 12, it's just the same as saying I is smaller than 12 mathematically. This condition and this condition are just completely equivalent. It's probably nicer to write it that way just because it's shorter.